Hello, this is Hyomobap. Today I made a simple bibimbap using 5 vegetables. For today's bibimbap, I prepared radish, carrot, mushrooms, bean sprouts, and spinach. I also kept the ingredients and seasonings pretty minimal, so you can make all 5 vegetable sides without needing a long list of extra stuff. First, I'm going to prep the radish. Since the radish needs a little time to soften with salt, I like to slice it first and let it sit while I prepare the other vegetables. You can cut it a little thicker if you prefer, but I like slicing it thin. That way it softens faster and the texture is easier to eat too. I'm adding salt and chili powder to the sliced radish and letting it sit for about 10 minutes. If you use fine chili powder here, the color turns out much prettier later. Now I'll leave the radish aside for a bit and move on to preparing the other vegetables. Next, I'm slicing the carrot. Just cut it into thin strips, similar in length and thickness to the radish. Keeping the vegetables a similar size helps everything mix evenly when we make the bibimbap. For the mushrooms, I'm trimming off the tough ends first. Today, I'm using oyster mushrooms, but you can use any mushrooms you like, such as shiitake. If the oyster mushrooms are too big, just tear them into bite-sized pieces. For the spinach, if you cut off the root before blanching, it can fall apart more easily. So I'm just trimming the dirty part of the root first, and I'll finish cleaning it after blanching. The bean sprouts are simple. Just rinse them well, and they're ready. Now I'll blanch the spinach and bean sprouts. For the spinach, I'm dipping the root end into the boiling water first. The thicker root part cooks for about 30 seconds. Then turn off the heat and let the leafy part finish cooking gently in the residual heat. After that, transfer it straight into cold water, let it cool. Then squeeze out the excess moisture. I'm going to use the same pot to cook the bean sprouts. Since the bean sprouts are blanched the same way as the spinach, you can follow the same steps shown earlier. Some traditional bibimbap recipes include meat, but personally, I think a vegan-style bibimbap made with 3 to 5 carefully prepared vegetable sides tastes even better. Traditional Korean bibimbap is often considered a slow food, so it does take a bit of time to prepare. But it's usually cooked together with family, so in a way it's nice because you get more time to talk while cooking. Now let's cook the carrots. Since the carrots are already sliced, just heat a pan with a little oil over medium heat. Add the carrots and stir fry for about 1 to 2 minutes, then season with a small pinch of salt while cooking. Transfer the cooked carrots to a plate for now. Then, using the same method, stir fry the mushrooms. While the mushrooms are cooking, I always love the aroma that comes out. I like meat too, of course, but personally, I think the flavor and texture of mushrooms work even better in bibimbap. They add a really nice depth, and the earthy aroma goes so well with all the vegetables. Now the carrots and mushrooms are done. I love how the colors of the vegetables start to come together like this. Next, let's go back to the radish we salted earlier. Squeeze out the excess liquid by hand, then place the radish in a bowl. And add 1 tablespoon of chili flakes, half a tablespoon of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of anchovy sauce, and 1 tablespoon of Korean plum syrup. If you don't have plum syrup, you can simply use a little sugar or allulose instead. Next, we'll season the blanched bean sprouts and spinach. Both vegetables use the same seasoning: 1 teaspoon of seasoned salt or soup soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, and about half a tablespoon of minced garlic if you like. The seasoning for the vegetables is explained in detail in the captions, so you can easily follow along there. Now let's make the sauces. For the soy sauce version, mix 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of sesame oil, 1 teaspoon of minced garlic, half a teaspoon of sugar or allulose, and 1 tablespoon of sesame seeds. Just mix everything together and it's ready. If you prefer something a little spicier, I recommend the gochujang sauce. Just follow the recipe in the caption. Now everything is ready. Arrange the 5 vegetable sides we prepared around the rice. And if you like, drizzle a little extra sesame oil on top for a richer, nuttier flavor. Then add either the gochujang sauce or the soy sauce, depending on your preference. Now it's finally ready to eat. It took a little time to prepare everything, but it's absolutely worth it.